Yo, YouTube, what's up? How y'all doing today? At the school, walking back. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Not the wind, but the noise in the background. It's cicada season. Check back in a minute. All right, so I'm back. Been on my computer all day, um, looking at my data through R, doing some visualizations. Ran my first PCA plots, principal component analysis. To me, they're disappointing. I'm always looking for these stark differences. Like, I swear, people be giving these amazing clusters over here with different variables. I'm not getting that. Not off rip, especially not in the form that my data is right now. At least I'm not getting it. I'm getting more of what looks like a clustering of age, but not a clustering gene expression with diet or even with the the treatment of being trained and untrained. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out what that's about. There's some more data manipulation I need to do. I need to run a surrogate variable analysis to get rid of the extra variance that is uncontrollable for that I can't see. I'm working through RNA-seq pipeline DE-seq vignette. Started that today. Did a little bit of reading on an introduction of a paper on the way different cholinergic neurons age differently within the same animal. What else was I doing today? Did therapy today. That was fun. Didn't do much of the homework from last 2 weeks when I had last time of therapy, but therapy, it was always good. Go to therapy. uh, Latest episodes of Nick Holistic Life are out. Link in the description. Check that out. What else going on? Sure I did more. It was a busy day. Got my data from the quants into R with the TX import. That was something. Did a lot. So actually, I should pat myself on the back. I did quite a bit today. Getting closer towards my end goal. So I'm pleased with the progress I made. Just that's why I need to leave it at, and that's how I feel. I'm pleased with the progress I made today. So I'm going home and I'm gonna hang out. I was talking to my girl last night actually as we were laying in the bed, and it was really really nice. We were talking about different things, and one of the things we were talking about was how how I used to write. Well, not used to, but I wrote grievances on cops before, police officers, and I encourage everyone to write a grievance on a police officer, especially if you believe they're pushing the boundaries of the law or they're not treating you justly. Definitely write grievances. Grievances are the number one thing that these cops cannot get off their record. These are the number one things that stick on them, that when they go to court, these grievances will come up. So say if someone gets locked up because a cop is unjust and no one has written agreements on it, the court will believe the cop over the criminal. Whereas if the cop has multiple grievances against them already on police misconduct, then the suspect or whatever has a better chance of getting off because the cop is crooked, obviously. And not majority of cops are. I mean, let's just be honest. They abuse their power regularly because they think they're better than everyone else. But that doesn't negate, even if you are a drug dealer, criminal, that doesn't negate that you need to be treated with respect at all times. Because before you're anything, you are a human being, and human beings need to be treated with respect, regardless of who you are or what you do in your life. So therefore, write some grievances on these cops. They really deserve to get hit with this paperwork. That's the only thing they care about. So write some grievances on them. I advocate for that all the time. Actually, I've written plenty of grievances on cops. And my girl was tripping. She goes, but you were a drug dealer. What drug dealer writes grievances? I'm like, I do. Yes, I'm a drug dealer, but that was my job. I had to do that. That's how I did to survive, to make a living. So while I'm out here trying to make a living, you're over here harassing me. No, I'm gonna write agreements on that. You're not gonna get away with that. So I used to do that all the time. And one thing in particular that they used to do that I didn't know I could write agreements for, but now I do and I will every time, is that all the time, every time I got pulled over, before they would, the police would call the dogs out, the drug sniffing dogs. They would call them out, and because of my locks or whatever the case is, they always called the dogs. They asked to search, and I said no, which is my right. No, you're not going to search my car. So they would always call the dogs. The dogs would come out, and they would make the dogs bark, because they can make these dogs bark. The dog would bark, then they would have the right to search the car. They wouldn't find anything, and then they would have to let me go. Every time that happens, you are supposed to write a grievance, because that cop has unjustly searched your car because he made the dog bark and didn't find anything. So a lot of us, we get a lot of people, they will get pulled over, maybe have a little something on them, a little bag of weed or something, and the cop will search the car, harass them a little bit, be a little rude, and then let them go because they didn't find anything or whatever. And the people will just be happy. They'll be like, you know what, at least I didn't go to jail. I'm just happy I didn't go to jail. Could have been worse. Let me just leave it alone. Thank God I didn't go to jail or whatever. Screw that. Write agreements. You didn't just get away, like write agreement. That cop should not have treated you that way. He should not have harassed you that way. The girl, whoever, the cop should not have done what they did to you in the way they did it. If it was wrong, they shouldn't have done that. So you have every right to write agreements on them. Don't just say, oh, because I got away, it's okay. It's not okay. They need to pay for their unjust behaviors. So that's my spiel on grievances. I could go on forever because yes. But anyway, we were talking about that, and she was floored, like you are a criminal writing grievances, and I'm like, you are darn right, you know. And I told her, I have a lot of, I call it depth or different avenues in my life that I've taken. And she's really trying to get to know me. And I told her it's going to be hard to get to know me. And I'm sorry it's going to be hard to get to know me, but I have a lot of things that I do. I'm not just one way or one way person. Like, I am currently getting a PhD, but I have lived several lives before this, of in the street and other sort of lives, homeless, all kinds of different lives before this, right? And a lot of people where I come from don't make it this, or don't make it to here. And a lot of people who are here haven't come or been through what I've been through. So there's like paths that people look at, and it's like, oh, you're this way, you're only going to be this way, or I know what you like because I met you over here in this part of your life, and your whole life is like that. My life is very dynamic, it changes all the time. So we were talking about it last night, and how it's gonna be hard for her to get to know me because there's a lot of depth. It was a good conversation. She told me that I brought it up before, and she didn't believe me. She was like, "Yeah, whatever. You don't want me to get to know you, but I do. I would love for her to get to know me." Another problem with that, sometimes I don't really know myself because I have so much going on. I always have a lot just going on at the same time. So sometimes I don't really know myself. So it's hard for me to explain to someone, but I love the fact that she wants to get to know me, and she is getting to know me. She knows me better than myself sometimes. So I appreciate that from her. And and that's all I have for you guys today. And girls, thank you for tuning in. So until next time, peace, love, stay safe on purpose, and we'll check in tomorrow. Bye.